Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, I have to work on myself. I've got an email here from a guy who started dating a woman he had been friends with. He'd been dating her, I guess, for basically the past 6 months. I don't remember if he said how long he'd been friends with her, but the bottom line is they started dating. And then she's now starting to push him away, saying, hey, I got to work on myself. And a bunch of other things. I have to basically push you away and take a time out so I don't ruin the relationship. So she said some things to him that he's kind of scratching his head going, what the fuck does that mean? Because obviously part of what she's saying to him is that she doesn't want to hurt his feelings. And so what you're going to see her in this email, the reason why I wanted to go through it, is because this particular guy is pursuing too much. He's starting to smother her, and he's making her feel like she's losing her freedom. And this is where a lot of guys, and girls for that matter, tend to get themselves into trouble and cause their relationship to do a death spiral. Because the average guy, when he's in this position and the woman starts backing away, he doesn't give her the space. And that causes him to feel like he's got to do something, what I call the illusion of action. And he starts to call and text more, and that just makes her feel like she's being smothered even more until she just sticks him in friend zone permanently. So obviously he wanted me to critique and see what he can do differently. And I got a quote I wrote on this topic, and then we're going to go through his email and see what he needs to do to tweak his approach. And the quote says, the best kinds of relationships are with those who encourage and support you having the freedom to come and go as you please and to be yourself without judgment. People who love you for you will want you to be you with all your faults and flaws. If somebody needs some time away or can't spend the time with you that you'd like, encourage them to take the time they need and get back to you when their schedule frees up. Don't take it personally. Giving freedom and space actually causes others to want to be around you more in the long run. True love is freedom. Remember, my favorite quotes by Thich Nhat Hanh says you must love in such a way that the person you love feels free. So you're going to kind of see that firsthand here, what's going on in this dynamic. This guy's holding on a little too tight, and it's causing her to want to flee from him. So let's see what he can do to tweak how he's showing up so she doesn't run away completely or for good. He says, hey, Coach Corey, I hope all is well. I'm so grateful to have stumbled upon your website. I actually just ordered your book on Amazon and look forward to knowing what the 3% know. Ha ha ha. Well, don't wait to get it if you ordered a paperback. Go to my website and subscribe to the newsletter, and you can start reading it for free now. You want to learn the fundamentals, especially if you're kind of in a tailspin, which obviously, since I've been through this email once before, you really need to fill in your knowledge gap as quick as possible to prevent from literally chasing this girl out of your life, because that's what's basically happening here. You're basically starting to talk her out of liking you. So he continues on. So I started dating a long-time friend 6 months ago, and we became official 3 months into it. She's a single parent, and also it is a long-distance relationship. It's about a 2-hour drive one way. Things were going great, and we see each other every other week. Last week she sent me a text saying, hey, I'm going to put myself in time out. I'm still struggling with being emotionally available to you, and I have some work to do on myself. I don't want to ruin what could be, which is amazing, so I'm going to step back for a few days. This is the only solution I can think of that will prevent me from running, which is what I would typically do right now. She's the runaway bride, even though they're not getting married, at least not yet, or even talking about that. But the bottom line is she's hinting in a roundabout way that obviously she feels smothered, and you're making her feel like she's losing her freedom, and what she really wants to do is to run away from you, but obviously you're not just some schmuck that she happened to meet and go out with a few times. She's apparently been a friend, you've known her for a while, so you got that friendship bond at least working in your favor. Because intellectually, she's like, everything looks great on paper, but something's missing. And so the more you try to hold on tight and control things and get her to spend more time with you or interact with you, it's going to cause her to feel like she's losing even more freedom and naturally run away. So that's what's going on. You're pursuing way too much. And just like I talk about in the book, which obviously you haven't started reading it yet, the guy does start the pursuit in the beginning. But as the woman starts to feel safe and comfortable, she's going to reach out and call or text more just to see what he's up to. And typically, like as I talk about in the book, the guy should treat that as her missing him and wanting to see him and then make the next date. And when that starts happening, usually happens 2 to 3 weeks in on dating. And then at that point, the woman's usually 2 to 3 times a week texting or calling just to see what you're doing. Or, hey, I saw a movie last night and it reminded me of you. Or, hey, I was downtown and I saw this guy that had the same shirt on as you and it reminded me of you. How are you doing? When that happens, you make the next date. And so oftentimes guys don't know any better and they think I got to get this woman to the altar as fast as possible. I got to get her to agree to be my girlfriend or somebody else is going to come along and steal her. So the guy's in a rush thinking I got to do something. I got to make this happen quicker. But it's a process. It's a love story that blossoms. But something is off because he's trying to force it because he's calling and texting too much. So she continues on, I'm just really feeling off balance right now, and I need to regain control of things so I don't pull you down with me. Neither of us deserves that. I'm sure this is crystal clear, so we can talk when I get back on Thursday. FYI, this is not a test. Everything in life is a test. I literally need to get myself together so I don't ruin this. So in other words, ruining this is basically she's saying, I'm about to hit the eject button and totally blow this thing up, and I don't want to do that. So please give me some fucking space and back the fuck up. That's what she's saying. And so he says, we talked off and on days later, then we sent this text on Monday. Or she did, apparently. So it doesn't sound like he really backed off. Figured, I'll try to force it. She says she needs space. Give her the space. Take all the time you need. Call me when you figure it out. Call me if you want to talk. I think I owe you an apology / explanation. I told you I need to put myself in timeout, but never followed through with talking to you about it and what I meant. It wasn't a big deal to me, but I can't assume it's not a big deal to you, which is what I did. Well, at the end of the day, women tend to be more focused on how they feel towards you and not so much how you feel towards them. And when our attraction is low, she doesn't want to be around you. That's the reality. So what she's saying is, hey, my attraction is low and it really wasn't a big deal to not be around you when my attraction is low. That's why it's so important to give her the freedom to come and go and to miss you and to think about whatever she feels like she needs to think about. And then once she realizes she's free to come and go, that's when she starts missing you and then comes back. Anyhow, I just wanted to let you know that nothing major is developing on my end. I just genuinely need to get selfish right now and go after my goals. That's not something I can do while being a respectful, responsive, supporting, emotionally available girlfriend. That doesn't make much sense. She knows. We can talk if you're confused. Grabbing my daughter and running to the store and then home. Again, your response says, hey, no problem. When you figure it out, when you get your shit together, when you get all caught up and you're having a glass of wine and you miss me, give me a call and we'll get together then. Until then, have fun with your daughter. I gotta run. I'll talk to you later. Bye. That's how I would have handled that. He says, now Thursday, a week from that original text, and we still haven't addressed the first text. Well, it's not important. This woman says, I need space. Give her the space. Let her come to you at her own pace instead of trying to force it. Because what's happening is you're pursuing too much, and she's literally pushing you away to the point where she doesn't want to talk to you. I mean, that's basically what she said in the last paragraph. This is not something I can do while being a respectful, responsive, supporting, emotionally available girlfriend. In other words, she's really saying, I don't want to be your girlfriend right now. I don't feel like I want to be your girlfriend. So therefore, I'm going to act like I'm single. So you just got to let her be. If she takes a week or two, she'll get back to you when she misses you. She's not ignoring me or anything like that, but the conversations have decreased. That tells me that you're still continuing to text her, hey, what's up? When a woman says she needs space, you don't keep calling and texting her. You give her the space and go on with your life and show her that you're okay and your world doesn't come to an end because you haven't heard from her. Because that's going to just communicate that you're losing your shit when she's not around. You're losing your shit when you don't know where you stand with her. And that makes you look weak. A man who's a catch, who has a lot to offer, he's going to just be living his normal, awesome life as usual. And when something opens up in her schedule and she misses you, which is really the only time you should want to be seeing anybody anyways, is when they really miss you and they really want to hang out, then she'll get in touch. If you're used to having people like you that you want and wanting to spend time with you, that's your reality. That's what you're going to believe, and that's what you're going to think, and you're going to be okay with that. So when somebody tells you they need some time and space, you're going to be cool with it. You don't take it as a personal slight, like there's something wrong with you. It just means, hey, they got shit going on. Let them handle it. They'll get back to me later. I think what I know about her is that she stresses a lot. Do you have any thoughts on how I should proceed? Well, you should proceed by doing nothing. Let the woman go. You've already done way too much. You pursue her to the point where she's not even talking to you at this point. So live your life. Focus on your goals, your mission, your purpose in life. And when she reaches out, hey, babe, great to hear from you. Love to see you when you're free to get together. Make the next date. Have her come to your place because she's pushed you away. And then hang out, have fun, and hook up at your place. If she really cares about you, if she really misses you, she'll come see you too. It shouldn't be one-sided where you're always driving to see her. People got to make a mutual effort there. When you love and you value and you respect yourself, you're going to make sure that the other person does it. Because if they're not willing to do it, then how high do you really think you were on their list of priorities? Obviously not very high. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to go to my website, click the products tab at the top of your screen on any page of my website, and book whichever coaching option works best for you. And I will talk to you soon.